An environmental catastrophe is unfolding in the seas off Darwin as oil continues to leak from a cargo vessel following a collision a short while ago. The 185-metre bulk carrier MV Bulk Trader, loaded with around 35,000 tonnes of manganese ore, collided with the Darwin-based commercial fishing trawler Northerly, about 30 kilometres north of Darwin, shortly after 10 a.m.
You may have seen on some of our early videos we were exercising our response teams and we were deploying equipment, and that occurred earlier this year in Tasmania. Similarly, we have a functional side of the organisation, which is the people that we use in our incident management teams. They're people like logistics, operations planning and incident controllers. We exercise them as well to practice the actual management of incidents, and that's what we're doing here today. The exercise that we're having is hosted this time around by Northern Territory. Each of the state territories takes an opportunity to host it. We have just out the back here an exercise control team, which we call XCON. XCON is simulating the real world for the scenario. So just as we see all the people inside responding to what appears to be an actual event, nothing actually leaves the building. Everything is replicated in exercise control. So in exercise control we have various people like aviation experts, maritime response experts, wildlife response experts, media experts, and they're all simulating the real world for the exercise. So they're phoning in, asking questions, giving realistic responses to requests that come out of the incident control team.
He's going to give them a very quick outline of the fact that overnight we stopped the leak, we initiated skimming operations. However, early this morning the boom failed and 60 tonnes of oil was lost, which is now heading towards Darwin.
An incident management team will be set up for most pollution events. Of course, the size and complexity of the incident management team can vary depending on the size of the incident or how complex the incident is. The one that we're practicing today, you'll see, is some 60-odd people running around the room in there, undertaking various activities, incident management activities, and those people, this is a pretty large incident management team, so it's a fairly large and complex scenario that they're dealing with.
Silence please. Log officer, Bradley, stand up, show everyone who you are. That's the log section back there. Plans, Alex. Media, who have I got over there? Sorry, Wendy. And Ops. As you can see, finance and admin is a little thin on the ground right now. So as part of our getting the ICC and the IMT set up, I'll need the section heads please to canvass your staff, identify possible skill sets that we can put across into finance and admin. We need that section manned.
My role was in a situation area of planning. The planning team is in charge of collecting the information and intelligence that comes in from the field and collating it all for the planning of what's going to happen next in an incident. Yeah, it looked chaotic to start with, but that's exactly what you would expect during a real incident. So it was a good opportunity to put that into practice as well and see how everyone performs during an incident in a situation under pressure.
The collision tore a hole in the cargo ship's side, rupturing its fuel tank, which was loaded with enough fuel for its voyage to China.
The scenario is challenging. It would challenge any jurisdiction. But we deliberately try to make these that way. One of the major purposes of the exercise is so we can identify areas for development. The team here has performed really strongly. There's always a chaotic period at the beginning of any incident. The same applies to exercise. But they quickly come to terms with the job at hand, what they need to do, and they're proceeding down the route of getting the plan together.